Hi folks, Michael here with Ford of Murfreesboro. It's been a couple weeks since we've gotten to do a video like this for you guys. Ryan and I were busy with some of our specialty vehicle videos, those Rouse trucks, Charade trucks we do walkarounds on. You can check those out on our channel if you like. But today we are going to do a review on one of the most exciting vehicles that Ford has put out in several years, and that is the completely redesigned 2017 Ford Super Duty. So this is the first full redesign that Ford has done on this vehicle in 18 years. They've given it a new engine, they've given it a new look on the outside, they've given it a new cab, new technology. You can kind of get the idea. It's been a ground up overhaul, and they've made an entirely new beast out of the Super Duty. It's bigger than it was before. There's a whole lot of changes that went on, and a lot of people have already done videos on those changes. For today, we're actually going to keep it pretty simple. We're going to talk about 3 different aspects to the new 2017s that we think you should know if you are looking to upgrade to a 2017 from a previous year model. So the first thing we want to talk about is something that not a lot of people have really mentioned, even in some of the most popular videos on YouTube, and that's the range of the new Super Duty. Now, what do we mean by that? Everybody talks about the new military grade aluminum body and how it's really awesome and how it reduced the weight of the vehicle. Reducing the weight of the vehicle does a couple things primarily. One, it means that if you have more torque in your vehicle but less weight, it means that it's actually going to be significantly more power. But the other thing that dropping the 300 pounds by going to the military grade aluminum does is that it is actually going to improve your fuel economy. The less a vehicle weighs, the less power your engine has to output, the less fuel it has to burn to move it down the road. On top of that, Ford has also introduced a new 48-gallon tank on the 176-inch wheelbase Super Duties. That's not available on all of them, but on that 176 wheelbase, it is an option. And just to give you a bit of a comparison, last year, 2016, the most you could get out of a fuel tank from a Super Duty was 35 gallons. And 35 gallons is still pretty good. It's not 48 gallons. 48 gallons is tremendous. And the reason that that's so important is that if you were driving a long distance and if you're towing something, which is what the Super Duty is predominantly used for, it is meant to be a towing vehicle, that it means you don't have to stop at a gas station every hour. You're really going to be able to go a lot further down the road than you would be. You won't have to be trying to make those tight fits into gas stations if there's an awkward corner or you just don't want to stop because you're towing this big heavy thing behind you. The new Super Duty was made with that in mind. Now, speaking of towing, and again, towing is the thing that you're buying this vehicle for. You're buying it to tow trailers, you're buying it to tow boats, to haul equipment. The new 6.7 liter turbo diesel in the F-250 is going to give you best-in-class towing. That's going to give you the ability to tow a lot more. Specifically, 925 foot-pounds of torque in the F-250 at 1800 RPM. Now, why is that low RPM so important? It's because if you were towing something heavy and you're taking off from a dead stop, you really need the power early on. It's not like when they measure horsepower and they say, oh, well, it's got 600 horsepower at 6,500 RPM. Yeah, that's great as long as you're up to speed. But when you're towing and you need that torque early, and 1,800 RPM is an excellent number for Ford to hit. So again, best in class towing, that's on all the Super Duties, that's across all the different wheelbases, on all the different packages. That's gonna, hands down, you want to tow, you want a Ford. So we've talked about the range of the new F-250, we've talked about its towing capacity, but let's say you're driving cross country. You're pulling a 30-foot trailer behind you, it weighs, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 pounds. You've got a long way to go between pit stops because of that new extended fuel tank. The next thing you're going to be concerned about then is comfort. Is it comfortable to drive this truck for a long time, for over longer distances, and really sort of not feel the exhaustion and the fatigue that can come with long road trips? And the answer so simply is that the new F-250, the new Super Duty lineup, is designed with comfort in mind. The cabs throughout the entire lineup, that's XL all the way through Platinums, are extremely comfortable. The seats are all meant to be very comfortable. And Ford has put a lot of effort and a lot of technology into making it the easiest and most comfortable driving experience that you've ever had. And people have talked a lot about the adaptive steering, and yes, that's definitely a great new feature, but we want to talk about something that maybe not as many people have addressed in their video, and that is the Rapid Heat Supplemental Cab Heater. And this is just an example as to how far Ford has gone to make our lives better. So let's say it's 20 degrees outside, it's the middle of winter. We're all pretty used to playing the game of sit and shiver while our vehicle takes a long time, several minutes, to warm up. But this new optional technology actually takes over and regulates itself to warm up our cabs much faster. And that's great because it just means you don't have to sit and be cold and be miserable when you're waiting for your car to heat up. So just in summation, for the new 2017, you're gonna get better range, you're gonna get better towing, and you're gonna get a lot more new accessories and technologies that weren't available on previous Ford models. And that's gonna do it for us today, guys. Thank you so much for taking a ride with us today. If you have any questions at all about this vehicle, you can leave it in the comment section below, or you can send us an email. Our email is youtube@fordofmurfreesboro.com, or you can give us a call. Our number is 888-439-1265. We look forward to hearing from you. Please subscribe to our channel, like the video. If you like the video, we'll keep making more. We'll see you next time, guys.